Good evening to all of you. We are here for this traceability webinar. See, it is a small webinar, so here we can discuss the small few things about basic awareness about the traceability. And also, before this webinar, I can introduce myself because for your this webinar, I'm your trainer, myself, Rohila Hashmat, and I'm a qualified auditor and trainer for food packaging and cosmetic standards, starting from HACCP up to BRCGS. I'm an approved ATP, approved training partner for BRCGS for food packaging and product safety standards. And this webinar is in behalf of Imaza Services Private Limited, which is basically a consultancy firm as well as a training academy. So time to time, we can arrange these type of small short-term webinars for your basic awareness and for your requirements. So this is about myself. So this is my request to all of you. You please keep yourself mute. In case you have any concern or any question, you can either just raise your hand or write down in a chat box so that, and definitely after this session, we will just take a small session of questions and answers also. We can discuss our queries there in the meantime. But yes, as a trainer, to make this session interactive time to time, I can ask a few questions to you. You can please reply me or if there is any query and the rest others, please, you can mute yourself. My request. Okay. So we can start now. So first of all, just raise your hand and let me know that is the screen visible to you. Presentation is visible to all of you. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you. So now this is a webinar. Okay, and continuously you can write down your questions in a chat box also or time to time. Again, I'm repeating, you can raise your hands if you have any questions because I want to make this session interactive and you can just also share your experience also in the food industry related to traceability. So this is a webinar on understanding the basic traceability requirements in the food supply chain. So again, as I have already told you, you please keep yourself muted and raise your hand or ask questions in the chat box. And this complete session is being recorded. And if you want the presentation of this training or you want to listen this training again, then please subscribe the Imaza Services YouTube channel where the complete recording you will get as FMCG Talks at Imaza. And discussion we will do definitely after the end of this session. This is about my company. I have already informed you, so I don't think so. And discuss. So now introduction. Food safety means safe food has becoming a growing concern for citizens of many countries, or we can say every country. Outbreak of diseases in animals that could be transmitted to humans, like avian flu, or the presence of chemicals above the acceptable limit in feed and food can threaten both the quality and safety of the product. And right now, food safety is not only talking about the safe food. They are discussing not only about the safe food, they are just talking about of the safe consumers. So now the scope of food safety is restricted, not only restricted in the safe food, now it is go beyond it and it is not only for safe food, it is the complete safety of the consumer to make the consumer safe. This is the new aim, new objective of food safety for all the GFSI approved standards. So the need to be able to withdraw or recall the products identified as unsafe has become is essential to protect people from foodborne diseases. So now traceability is a risk management tool which enables food business operators or the authorities to respond to that need. It is a cornerstone of any country's food safety policy. Even it is a regulatory requirement also. So now, what is the traceability? Traceability is also known as the one step back, one step forward principle. So one step back means backward and one step forward means forward. So it is also known as the traceability is also known as one step back and one step forward principle. Traceability is the ability to identify the food origin, food ingredient, feed ingredient and sources, particularly when products are found to be faulty. And a traceability system allows the organization to document or to locate a product throughout the stages in the complete supply chain from receiving up to dispatch or before the receiving and operations involved in the manufacturing, processing, distribution and the handling of feed and food and from primary production to consumption. So now it can therefore facilitate the identification of the cause, means the root cause of non-conformity of a product, and to improve the ability to withdraw or recall such product if necessary and prevent the unsafe product from reaching the customer. Traceability is must. So if here we can say just a very small, just pictorial example, raw material you can receive in your company now breeding and planting, processing, distribution, warehouse, retail, and then food safety means safe food to your consumer. So how the traceability is being defined by ISO codex and all. So as per ISO, the ability to trace the history, application, or location of an entity by means of recorded identification. This is known as traceability as per ISO. And as per Codex, ability to follow the movement of a feed or food through specific stages like production, processes, and the distribution. So this standard allow the organizations operating at any step of the food chain to trace the flow of material, means feed, food, ingredients, packaging, and all, identify the necessary documentation and tracking for each stage of production, ensure the adequate coordination between the different actors involved, sectors involved, improve the communication among the involved parties, and most importantly, improve the appropriate use and reliability of information, effectiveness, and productivity of the organization. So basically, this is the thing why the definition or why the traceability came in the knowledge. Definition by CSE. CSE has also set out principles for traceability as a tool within a food inspection and certification system. Home garden, from garden you can take the food and then it is going to a plate. Local farm, again same thing. Farm, again same thing. Farm to plate and farm to plate. So different types are there, phases are there, stages are there, but the system and scenario is same. So CSE is saying that it has also set out the principle for traceability as a tool within a food inspection and the certification part. Traceability importance in the food and in the agriculture sector. So basically, what is the importance of the traceability in the agriculture sector or food sector? Today, food safety is a worldwide concern due to a number of food safety scandals like outbreaks related to Listeria coli, African swine fever, highly contagious diseases like avian flu in poultry, bovine spongiform encephalopathy, and foot and mouth disease in livestock, presence of dioxin and microorganisms like Salmonella, norovirus, Campylobacter, Listeria, Clostridium have resulted in high-end public and private attention to the food attributes. Because of these reasons, the traceability is very important to trace each and every single bag or bag of the company or the organization. Moreover, increasing number of people undertake international travel. These outbreaks have the potential to reach the pandemic proportions. Now, what are the basic traceability characters? Means what are the basic characters of traceability? It can ensure the adequate coordination and communication, can trace the flow of material, can identify necessary documentation and tracking for each stage of production, trace the flow of material, and improve the appropriate use and reliability of information, effectiveness and productivity of the organization. So these are the basic traceability characteristics. So now very important types of traceability. Basically, traceability is categorized into two parts. First one is activity wise and second one is direction wise. If we can talking about internal activity wise, so activity wise traceability is divided into two parts. Internal traceability and external traceability, and direction wise is forward and backward. So in the organization or in the company, basically we can follow the forward and the backward traceability instead of internal and the external one. So this is a basic chain: raw food producer, food processing industry, transport, retail, and consumer. Means at the end of the day, at the last, consumer will get it in the internet, wireless connection, smartphone, and all these things would happen. Then the customer will get it product. This is the basic thing. So now, what is external traceability? As the name is showing, it is a self-explanatory statement. This requires all traceable items to be uniquely identified and information to be shared between all the affected distribution channel participants. The identification of product for the purpose of traceability may include assignment of unique product identification number or batch number. Means if you want to do the external traceability is basically the traceability which is outside your organization, and that case the batch will be get identified through some GRN number or some batch number for proper identification. And to maintain external traceability, the traceable item identification numbers must be communicated to distribution channel participants on product labels and related paper or electronic business documents. And this links the physical product with the information requirement necessary for traceability, and external traceability allow the tracking back and tracking forward. Means supplier traceability and the client traceability. In this case, in the case of external traceability. Now, internal traceability. In an internal traceability means the processes must be maintained with an enterprise to link identifies uh, of raw identities of raw materials to those of the finished good. When one material is combined with others and product must have its own unique product identifier, a linkage must be maintained between this new product and its original material input, like some batter, bread, seasoning, and all, and many other inputs to the maintenance traceability. So basically, in the case of interdistant traceability, interdepartmental traceability can be happen in all the departments internally. This is called as internal traceability. Same, simple, forward and backward, we all are doing. Forward traceability, it is the ability at every point of supply chain to find the locality of the product. And backward is saying it is the ability of each point in supply chain to find the original characteristics of the product. So forward traceability is basically is doing to identify the finished good and all these things, characteristics and all. And backward is basically to identify the quality, safety norms, everything related to the raw material procurement. So now what is the basic methodology of implementation? Okay, so before going there, I would like to ask you if there is any query to that slide, you please may ask or you raise your question in the chat box. But please, if you have any query or any question, you can please ask. Methodology of implementation. Traceability process, I can explain you. So traceability process, this is the basic process flow of the traceability. First of all, the raw material and the packaging material can be purchased. Then quality checking happen with the raw material and packaging material from which where they are purchasing. Storage of raw materials happen. Then They can issue as per the requirement. Processing would happen, packing would happen, storage of finished goods, and then dispatch. Then from dispatch, it is going to the warehouse, warehouse to customer, warehouse to distributor, distributor to store, and then store to customer, or I can say it would be the consumer. So basically, this is the process flow. This is the system of doing traceability in the organization or in the company. Traceability process in so many different companies it is happening, like customer means it is a backward traceability, customer and then store, and then customer helpline or corporate interest, then quality team, and root cause analysis is done to find the cause. So basically this is the basically traceability system for the organizations. Now, traceability process done in various companies, source of raw material or packaging material, vendor of form. Specifications are given to vendor for raw material, vendor approval is necessary. Means the specifications is given to your vendor for the raw material, but until or unless it is not getting approved by the vendor, then it will not. So basically, incoming raw material quality check is must, invoice is there, weight is there, CO is must. 8 months is there, purchase order is issued, then checking of product before or after unloading need to get done. Then material is unloaded after the approval, and then it helps in tracking the, and ideally one product should have one GRN. So basically, this is the way to identify the product in the organization, in the company, with all the logs, with the all the batch number, lot number, or the GRN. So in different companies have different scenario. This is one example of one of the top FMCG sector, that how they can done the traceability. Sources of raw material or packaging material, specifications, because vendor approval is must. Quality check of the incoming raw material is done. Yes, because weight, invoice, COA, gate pass, purchase order has been issued. The checking of product before unload or load has been done, and the material is need to be get uploaded after the approval, and GRN, goods receive number, helps in tracking that what is the scenario or status, and one product should have only one GRN. If you are manufacturing more than 3 to 4 product categories, even 2 categories, so both the categories have different traceability system. Raw material storage, bin card, consists of all the details of raw materials, like GRN, manufacturing date, and batch number should be written, and quality approved stickers should be there. It should be put on the product. Means basically, bin card is there in the during the in the storage of raw material, means raw material storage section. Bin card means yellow colored card. It is consist of all the raw materials like GRN, date of manufacturing, batch number is written, and quality approved stickers need to be get put on the product, and QA status need to get confirmed. So now storage of after storage of raw material will be issuing. So now finally issue the requisition can be done for a single or many products, and bill of the material is important for this, and no deviation should be there. FIFO and FEFO, first in, first out, and first expiry, first out, is practiced by the store and is understood by the GRN. It is an important document to maintain the traceability, verify the production and the store person. And the production process after consuming the raw material gives back the raw material to store and given a return slip to the store for the left or for the left over the material. So basically, the production person who is responsible for the production, when he can use the raw material, given back the raw material to store and give a return slip to the store for the leftover material. Now, processing. If we are just here about the processing, so primary, secondary, tertiary, uh, batch numbers are there, and the weight is must as per ingredient wise, batch wise. We need to get follow the recipe step. SOP is allowed for each stage of the processing, and the equipment number should be there, and the temperature time etc. is noted for each batch and each method. This is actually happen. And then if you are talking about the packing coding, so batch number should be there, date of packing or manufacturing, MRP, and use by date is mentioned, need to get mentioned here. Aman Srivastav. Aman, are you here? Hello? Aman, are you here?
Yeah, hi. Hi, Rovila.
Uh, so basically, we have discussed forward traceability and backward traceability. And now I have one request. I'm just questioning Aman. That
Sure.
what is basically forward traceability and the backward traceability? Forward, you can
Basically, if
explain.
we
Only forward.
okay, if we talk about the forward rate of traceability, then we can check from start to end process properly
Start to
from
end means
purchasing.
okay. So you
Uh,
are saying forward means from raw material up to dispatch.
right, right, right.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Chetna, what Aman is saying is right. Chetna, are you here? Okay. So now, Enamul, you please explain what is backward traceability. Enamul,
Backward
any one of you can
traceability
explain.
means
Yeah.
product to raw materials. I mean, in product to uh,
Finished good to
hello,
raw material is basically the backward traceability.
right, right. In product to raw materials.
Okay. Yes. So any one of you, it is an open question. What is yes, Vivek? Absolutely right. So now this is the open question. Anyone can explain. Just raise your hand first. That exactly what is the mass balance? Anyone just raise your hand only. Vivek. Yeah, Vivek, please. What is mass balance? Mass balance is very important part of traceability.
Mass balance.
Hi, ma'am. This is Vivek
Okay,
Namdev.
now please. Yeah, please, Vivek.
Mass balance is denote to the identified and traceability the how much quantity to be added as in the form of raw materials and in the form of packing materials is defined as per the quantity to be added in the manufacturing of finished goods.
Okay. Dinesh, would you like to add something what Vivek is saying? Oh, this is absolutely right. Dinesh, are you listening? Are you able to revert? So basically, forward traceability. Yes, yes.
Madam. Regarding mass balance, is there wastage also will be added?
Yes, it is correct. Wastage and reduction of
Okay.
losses of products process loss also added in this traceability.
Yes.
And
That's
even
fine.
if we
Thank,
can do the
thank you.
forward and backward traceability, now, so we need to take care all the reworks, all the reprocess, all the wastage, everything need to be get mentioned in your traceability system properly with all the documents and records regarding same. So now, once we can store the finished good, every product need to follow first in, first out, dispatch, purchase order, pick list, bill, COA are the documents required during dispatch. FIFO is done, first in, first out. The pick list consists of what is there in purchase order. The store security receiving person verify this, and from here, product goes to the warehouse, distributor, store, and then can be consumed. So now what are the basic considerations for effective traceability? The trading partners like farm input supplier, farms, service locations or vessels, suppliers, internal transactions within a company, customer, and third-party carriers, product and processing locations, and the products that a company uses or create, and the logistic unit that a company receive or ship. It is very important for effective traceability. Inbound and outbound shipment is also very important, and date and time metrics as appropriate required for traceability. So now GRN, good receive note. All of you are aware about the GRN? Good receive note. All of you are aware about this GRN in your company. I am 100% sure it is just maintaining their GRN, good receiving note. So GRN is raised by a store manager of the customer on receiving goods from supplier. This document is for internal usage, and goods received note are also prepared in 3 or more copies, where one is retained by the store department and another is sent to account department, that is known as GRN. And now GRN importance. It helps to trace back the raw materials that were used during production and helps in the RCA. It is also a importance of the GRN. Now I have one question. Any one of you, because you all are from different industries, so any one of you are facing any problems or concerns when you started doing traceability in your company, in your organization?
Rohila, I'm sorry to disturb you. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Actually, this GRN, could you please give some example how we implement this, like how we are using it in the organization, like in the
Okay, that's
traceability,
why.
in the term of
Yeah,
traceability. Yeah.
yeah, that's why I asked Aman that all of you here are from different industries. So any one of you that which where the GRN is using in your company or your organization? Anyone?
Hi, ma'am. This is Vivek.
Okay, Vivek. Yeah.
We are using the GRN process in our company NDS Group, or
Hmm.
it is already handled by the store manager by SAP for HANA ERP system is installed there. So in SAP, we are incorporating this batch number of the raw material or packaging material and invoice date, invoice number, as well as the quantity we are adding in the system. Then the GRN is taken the printout of GRN and attached with the
Mhm.
COA of the material.
Okay, so now what are the informations are there in the GRN? Can you explain? Other than Vivek, anyone else who can just explain that what is the basic format and what are the basic things should be there in the GRN, are there in the GRN, so that it is a very important and required document for
Yeah,
traceability?
basically, madam, they are mentioned PO number, get serial
Just
number.
wait. I can write down. I can write down. So you can write down the. Just wait. Okay, so I'm just writing down. I don't know what is the means, but PO number. Okay, and second,
Uh, PO number, materials details.
material detail means what are the descriptions there in the detail,
I
so
mean,
that it would be easy to identify the traceability.
yeah, I mean item name.
Means the particular name of the product, quantity, net weight,
Hi.
gross weight,
Yes, yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
and their
Quantity.
lot
Yes,
number,
yes.
everything. Okay, and
No,
vehicle
no,
number.
not. No. Vehicle number. They just input there. We just input here the get serial number, PO number,
Uh-huh.
quantity, material name, supplier name, and who input the GRN, all things, and hello.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all, ma'am. Basic information.
Okay, week number and all is not in their in the GRN in our.
No. No, we didn't input vehicle number.
Okay, okay. So, Aman, basically, GRN is good receipt no, which is the store, which is the record, which is from which the complete system will be get identified, and when you start doing the traceability, na, so that GRN number would be the common number who can start from the receiving from the store up to dispatch of the product, and that would be the number from which that particular product lot or the batch will be get identified.
Okay, thank you,
Aman?
Rula. Get it. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, Rula. Get it. Thank you.
So, suppose if you are doing traceability and if something which you are purchasing from the agriculture and all, then how you can maintain the traceability there? I just want that others, you all here available here, so we can just ask your questions or just reply what I'm asking. Maybe it would be right or wrong because you see, this is not an examination. So it's a thing. At least you can reply. Like suppose if you are purchasing the raw materials directly from the farmers and all, then how you can maintain it, traceability? Anyone here who is working in some sugar industry, rice industry, and all from where so that or in some fruit or vegetables, so the raw material is directly purchasing from the farmers or from the agriculture.
Basically, ma'am, we are getting from farm materials from farmer with invoice number, and they have they have available invoice number. Based on the invoice number, we go forward.
So how you can identify? How you can identify the product if suppose there is one vehicle and in that vehicle from two or three different farmers, the vehicle is coming and the vehicle is completely loaded with the product of two or three farmer fields. Then the how traceability will be
I
get maintained.
in the invoice, I mean challan, and there mention all the things. So, yeah, farmers name, I mean supplier names, materials names, then vehicle number, quantity, all things mentioned there.
Mhm. Anyone
So every
who can just add something in the enamel what he is saying? So, what is the role of enamel GRN here? What is the exact role? Because GRN play a very important role in the traceability. So, what means what is the role here for the GRN? If you are suppose you are just taking the raw material from different farmers and then it will be get loaded in the single vehicle and then it is coming to your premises. So, how you can just control and manage it considering the scope of traceability?
first of all, ma'am, as per PO number, as per
Mm-hmm.
PO number, we are getting raw materials from different farmer. Okay, so different farmer where when they are loading vehicle, they provide a challan. They provide a challan, complete challan for all the vehicles. Each vehicles, each challan. I mean, one vehicle, one challan. Okay, so in the challan, they mentioned all things: materials name, materials quantity, yeah, track now. I mean, vehicle number. All the things they mentioned in the challan. After that, when we are receiving the vehicle, we will also input their get serial number.
Okay. So basically, you are saying that your work start once your vehicle will be get loaded. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
And if we are talking about the normal standards, so what is the frequency of traceability, Aman?
6 monthly.
6 monthly as per your company procedure.
Yes, ma'am. As per FSSI also required for the 6 monthly.
Basically, ma'am,
As
it,
per your as
we
per
are
your
doing
company.
it batch to batch. We are doing it batch to batch. I mean, when production is completed, we just complete a batch. During batch closing, we just trace all the things.
Each batch code traceability is possible, sir.
No, after 6 months, we just review all the things. Is it
Okay.
fine or not? Okay, but during batch closing, we just review
No,
all documents.
I think Aman, Inamol is started their traceability once the vehicle will be get unloaded. Means either in the vehicle 3 or 4 complete products are there, but for them this it would be a single product. Am I right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, uh, fine.
Ma'am, I want to ask something about the presentations. I have one question. That means you are showing the bin cards is color is showing the yellow color.
Aman, sorry, just 1 second. It's my request to all of you. Please keep yourself mute. Only and only speaker can say, either me as a trainer or someone from you to which I am asking the question. Yes, please keep yourself mute. Yes, Aman, please report. जी हाँ जी
Hello,
अमन बताइए यस यस यू प्लीज
ma'am. This side's from Vivek.
हेलो
Hello,
हाँ या विवेक यस यस यू कैन आंसर
ma'am. Is there is a necessary requirement to bin card is should be color or yellow is required?
yellow colored bin card no it is not necessary that yellow colored is must it is not necessary any other question or query you have okay suppose so now I can ask one question suppose there is one manufacturing unit who can manufacture bakery products and who can manufacture fruits and vegetables, ice cream, all these things in the same premises, in the same company. So, in that case, what is the system saying? What is the food safety requirement or global food safety requirement or to conduct the traceability if 3 or 4 type of category products are there in the system? बताइए, anyone? Kailash, Manoj, Fazal, Dinesh, you please reply. Fazal, Dinesh, I have asked a very simple question that suppose is there a company who can manufacturing 3 or 4 different product categories in a company in a same premises in a single premises then what would be the then in that case what would be the frequency of traceability and what are the products we get selected to conduct the traceability but it's an open question anyone can reply you please reply Chandini Fazal Kailash
Hello,
yes
ma'am. Frequency will be the same on 6 monthly, but there is a different or we are doing on the different FG. Like four FG are manufacturing in same premises. So once we have selected to the once in a time one FG, then another month is selected to another FG. So every FG should be covered in 6 month duration as a defined for traceability.
okay anyone else who want to add something in the Vivek part others are in the completely new form Kailash and Komal and even Dinesh Fazal you can also reply at least maybe you would be wrong but at least I want to expected the reply from any of you it's an open question any of you first thing what Vivek said it is a right or wrong or what exactly I asked the answer of that particular question. You please, you can just define the frequency for each and category, every product category. Traceability is must for overall product category. It will be get identified. Maybe it is a monthly or quarterly or something, but at least all the product categories once in a year is compulsory. If we are talking about the traceability and traceability shall be always forward and backward so now you can ask your questions or you can just share your experience of your company or industry or any query or concern you have faced during the conducting the traceability. Any of the question, open question you can ask. Okay, fine. So basically, traceability is a system in which the particular system alone can be get identified from raw to dispatch or from dispatch to raw. Two type of traceability systems are there, and these are forward and backward. These are the two types of traceability, and that the second one is internal and external traceability. So these are the four types of traceability: external outside the premises, internal inside the premises, forward from raw material to dispatch, and backward from finished good to raw material. So this is a traceability. Traceability system is very, very important for food industry and for any of the standard, for any of the standard traceability, both forward, backward, including the GRN. This is a compulsory thing, and it is must, and even it in so many countries it is a legal requirement also. Now you please ask if there is any questions or queries you have, you please ask to me. What is the difference between recall and the withdrawal? Other than Vicky, somebody else can reply. What is the difference between the recall and the withdrawal? Manoj,
Hello.
Kailash, yeah,
Uh,
please. बताइए, what is the difference between recall and the withdrawal? Up to consumer, it is recall, and to customer, it is a withdrawal. This is the basic difference between the recall and the withdrawal. So here we have discussed what is the traceability, importance and benefits of traceability, types of traceability, everything, and how in the industry the traceability maybe can implement it, what is mass balance, everything we have discussed here. This is a small description. This is a free webinar here for, because see, until or unless you will not get identify the basic things, it is not possible that you should go directly with the system and all the things, because traceability plays a very, very important role. So right now I think these are the few slides which we have discussed. If you have any query, you have any questions, you now please ask. No questions. So now I am expecting all of you are pretty much aware about the traceability system, about the requirements of traceability, what is the importance of GRN, what is the importance of traceability, types of traceability, how the traceability should be get implemented in the premises. So this is all about the traceability which is with me. Now, if you have any query, you have any concern, you guys please ask to us. Please. I'm not seeing any of the messages. Maybe sometimes you have some query or question, but you cannot able to say. So at least you can write down in a chat box. Okay, fine. So from my side, the traceability part is finished. What is the traceability we have discussed as per ISO, as per Codec? What are the types of traceability? How the traceability system is get implemented in the system? And these are the things which we have discussed here. If there is anything else, if you have any question, you have any doubt, you have any query, you can ask or write down in the chat box, or you can just write down to us in the mail, in the WhatsApp, anywhere you can ask. We can revert you. If you want the presentation, then please check the company's YouTube channel, FMCG Talks at Imaza, where we can discuss lots of things there. So many things about ESG, sustainability, traceability, recalls, withdrawals. So many things we can discuss here. So thank you so much. Thanks to all of you. Thanks for your presence. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks to all of you.